All right. Good morning, church family.
Good morning.
As Minister Brother said, I am Nathan Walker. I am a senior criminal justice major attending Albany State University.
Yes, sir.
So I was honored when he asked me to speak because, I don't think anybody in here has ever saw me get up and actually speak to the church. So I thought it would be a nice, treat to get up here and speak, give some advice to the incoming freshmen that are going to college.
Right.
So let me start off by saying that I grew up in the church. My mom, she used to teach Sunday school back in the day, and she would always make us, pray before we went to bed and, pray before we ate and, always read our daily bread before we went on the school bus to go to school. So, before, you would think that with all of that spirituality, college would be a breeze. And let me tell you, it was not a breeze at all. And, as I prepared to speak to you this morning, I pray that the words that I choose to say would have meaning and inspire young people who are not just leaving for college, but are planning on going to the military or, just finding out what they want to do in life. I encourage young people by sharing some of my challenges that I endured while trying to maintain my Christianity on an HBCU campus. So here are some of the challenges that I encountered. There are three of them. The first challenge that I had was resisting temptation. Now, when you first go to college, you will have, all this freedom that you probably never experienced before. And, with all this freedom, there's going to be temptations that, like sex, drugs, and alcohol. And, I pray that you don't make decisions that are against our beliefs.
All right.
Especially if you plan on going to social events like parties or kickbacks. And for all the old people out there who are wondering what a kickback is, no, it's not. I asked my mom, and she was like, it was a piece of money set aside or an illegal deal. It's not that. It's basically a party, but it's a chill, mellow party. And usually at these parties, it's drugs and alcohol are being served there. And I don't do those things. I never did when I was, in high school. I never planned on doing them. We never have it. And so I remember my freshman year. It seemed like everybody was trying to have a party for some reason. All the Greeks were trying to have parties. The Alphas, Deltas, the Cubans. They would be passing out flyers for parties. And it seemed like the band was trying to have a party too. Almost every week. And I got hassled by my friends to, go to one because, they were like, oh, you're in college, you're supposed to, go to parties and experience. So I was like, okay, I'll go to one, just to try it out. So I went to a party, a kickback, let me say. And, I didn't feel comfortable, at the kickback because they were doing things that I know it wasn't right. They were, smoking weed and drinking. And, I just, and the music that they were playing wasn't, I didn't feel comfortable. So, I was sitting there at the party, on my phone, just going on Instagram or on Facebook or whatever. And this girl, she had came up to me and she had offered me, a blunt to smoke. And I turned it down. I was like, nah, I don't want to smoke. And, she just looked at me funny. She was like, what? During this entire time, you didn't even you didn't do anything, you didn't drink or smoke. So she proceeded to call me out in front of everybody at the kickback. She called me lame. Everybody started laughing at me. And, after being ridiculed like that, I felt bad, but at the same time, I know that was just her way of, I guess, trying to make an excuse to why she was doing, these things that, she's not supposed to.
Amen.
And I would like to bring up this verse from 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so that you can endure it. And moving on to one of my second challenges is dealing with non-believers. As I mentioned previously, Albany State University is an HBCU school, which stands for Historically Black College University. On campus, you can expect to see a lot of young African American students searching for their inner blackness. They proudly wear t-shirts that promote Black power around campus and walk around campus greeting each other by saying my brother or my sister. These young people are passionate about their ambitions to become strong Black entrepreneurs and community leaders. I have acquaintances who deeply feel that educating our young people and gaining political power is the only way that Black people will survive. Unfortunately, them and some other professors share the same sentiment. They do not believe that Christianity is the key to, I guess, say, to be, I mean, you know what I'm trying to say, yeah. You know what I'm saying. They believe that Christianity was passed down from white people to keep us bounded and uneducated. Now, I have no objection to being well uneducated, but that is not how I was raised, and that is not what I believe in.
All right.
So rather than participating in bitter debate, I can simply refer back to Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. Do not give dogs what is holy. Do not throw your pearls before swine. If you do, they may trample them under their feet, and then turn and tear you into pieces. In other words, we are not to put forth the gospel of Jesus Christ in the direction of someone who has no other purpose than to trample and return to his own ways of evil.
All right, Nathan.
And my last and greatest challenge that I continue to face is staying true to my beliefs. As a belief is a mental attitude about something that you hold to be true. And I believe that Jesus Christ was raised from the dead. And if you are like me, I put a lot of faith in what I believe to be true. As part of my college experience, my beliefs were often challenged. I remember nights where I would call my mom, especially if I started to worry about classes, professors, exams, and conflicts with other students. She would tell me, Nathan, you have to look at the challenge as an opportunity for God to show His power for you to show your faith. And in closing, I would like to thank my parents, my grandparents, and all of my church family for always encouraging me and keeping me spiritually connected. And I would also like to ask my church family to continue to pray for me and all the youth as we continue to meet life's challenges.
Amen.
It's always the quiet ones. I was impressed by the way the young man opened up. Most folks don't want this. Most folks don't even want that one down there. With a microphone in front of them, they're going to run. But he equated this to a treat. It was a treat to come up here and serve. And adults, we can take a serious lesson from that. We really can. I applaud you. When I went to college, I was the partier. I was the one that would have asked you why you weren't. But I say that to tell you young people, that's the example. Wear the badge of lame in that context as a badge of honor. Being able to endure that and say, you know what, I'm still not going to do it. You ridiculing me in public, folks are laughing, I'm still not going to do it, because that's not who I am, that's not who God made me. Good on you, Nathan. Now, I got one critique. You schooled us on the whole kickback thing, I didn't know what that was. If y'all hear me using kickback in sermons and lessons from here on out, I'm trying to get with the hip lingo. But the whole old people thing, man. You can't call us old people up in here like that. say older or mature people or something. That's the only problem I have. Job well done.